Hi, GPT. I will send you a topic.
Sure. Send it over and we can get into it. One moment while I dig through this. All right. So this piece is basically saying labs talk safety, but don't show real emergency plans. It isn't about sci-fi rogue AI as much as practical response plans. Like who pulls the plug? How fast? What gets reported? In my view, the gap is not theory. It's operational discipline. We need clear, testable playbooks, not just principles. If you want, I can help you turn this into a short on-camera take.
So, do you think about this AI company then really want to ban their model to do the unlegal operation?
1 second. Yeah, I think they do want to prevent illegal or harmful actions. That's bad for business. But their incentives are mixed. They also want to move fast and stay competitive. So my view is don't just judge stated intentions. Judge whether they accept hard checks, external audits, incident reporting, and real kill switches.
So do you think they are trying to balance the developer faster and the safety guard building?
Let me check on that. Yeah, exactly. They're trying to balance speed and safety, but it's a tough balance. Market pressure rewards speed right now. Safety pays off later. That's why external requirements matter. So safety isn't always the thing compromised. I can help you turn that into a tight line for your podcast if you want.
No, I don't too familiar with the AI model like the safeguard build. It is the right some roller in the train or train
A
period.
moment. Yeah, you are close. It's partly training, but not just writing rules. Think of it as layers. During training, they teach the model what is allowed. Then at runtime, they add guardrails. Things like permissions, filters, monitoring, and then incident plans if something goes wrong. So it's more like defense in depth, not a single rule set in training.
Oh, I got it. So this the roller not cannot completely let AI follow our expectation.
Let me take a look. Rules and guardrails reduce risk, but don't guarantee perfect behavior. That's why people talk about soft versus hard guardrails. Soft ones guide the model, hard ones limit what it can actually do. The key is controlling the environment, not just trusting the model's intentions.
So that is why we can see a lot of the agents give the option for user like the full access or the manually accept. So do you think
One
about
moment.
the show the AI operator
Yes,
the
that's it.
permit the user?
Yes, exactly. That is why agents ask for permission settings. Full access is faster but riskier. Manual approval is slower but safer. So safety is not just make the model good, it is limit what powers it has too. For sensitive actions, having a human in the loop is still the most viable safeguard.
Move to the next topic.
Checking. Let me take a look. So this second item is about older model versions still being accessible through APIs. The big picture is safety isn't only about the newest model. It's about all the models still in use. My take is legacy models can quietly become safety debt. If they stay live, someone has to own the risk. That's the part worth calling out in your show.
Do you think about this situation only in the off topic or these common issues for so many AI companies?
One moment. It is not just Anthropic. It's an industry-wide pattern. The exact case here is Anthropic, but the underlying tension shows up everywhere. Keep legacy models for compatibility or force upgrades when safety improves. It's not a one company problem. It's a life cycle problem for the whole API ecosystem.
I got you. So do you think about to defend the model answer the non illegal content only in the inference period or the also can defend it in the gateway layer?
Checking on that? Yes, you're thinking in the right direction. You can add controls at the gateway layer, pre and post filtering, logging, and human review for edge cases. That helps even if the model itself is not perfect. But it's not foolproof. People can route around filters. Best is defense in depth, model, gateway, monitoring, and response. not any single layer.
So if no media report this situation, do you think about this operation was be monitored by the government or the just the ban area?
Let me take a look. So, most of the time, it's not live government monitoring, it's companies enforcing their own policies. Regulation is more after the fact or through reporting and audits. So, it's not a blank area, but still gray. Routine stuff is handled by providers while governments step in when things get really serious or clearly illegal.
So I think the legacy will prove the law in for this situation.
One second. And I think you're saying legacy models might push better regulation. That's a smart angle. A clean way to phrase it is legacy model risks could push regulators to set clearer lifecycle rules. Say when to retire old models, how to notify API customers, and who's accountable when something slips. That's a solid take for your episode.
Okay. We move to the next topic.
Sure, checking now. Good. Then for this topic, your strong closing angle is legacy models turn safety into a lifecycle problem. And regulation may need to cover the whole lifespan, not just new releases. Let me check that. All right. The key factual bit here is that Starcloud just raised a $250 million extension to build Orbital AI data centers. But the real constraint is rockets. For your take, I'd frame it as this isn't sci-fi, but it's launch math. Until launch capacity is cheap and routine, orbital inference is a niche, maybe for space native data, not a general replacement. The one-line podcast version, the challenge isn't proving AI can run in space, it's proving that launch economics won't break the model.
Do you think about the orbital data center was achievable goals in the short just be a
Let me check on that.
just be a experiment?
I think you mean, is this achievable soon? Partly. Small demos and niche space workloads, yes. Earth-scale data centers, anytime soon? Probably not. The missing piece is affordable high-cadence launch. Until that's real, it's a long-term bet.
We can see recently China have a successful achievement of the land rocket reusable test. So do you think the market was huge if this the business model can work? So how do you watch this reaction?
Checking. I think you mean if reusability works, is the market huge? My view? Yeah, the launch market could be huge. But orbital data centers only scale if cheap, frequent launch is proven. One landing is a milestone, not the cost curve. Watch for repeat reflights and real cost per kilo drops.
Yes, but we can see the cost the rocket translate cost still be a key metric for this company, right?
Let me check.